Hello, hello. There we go. Gotta unmute the mic for it to work. Duh. And bring it closer to your face so they can hear you. Hello, welcome and gentlemen. Whew. Man, I'm out of it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kidz Korner show. Today, I'm going to be talking about Generation X like usual. Not a whole lot different. I'm not planning on doing anything spectacular, except, we're 5 Kidz Korners into this. And I've only missed one. I'd say that calls for success. Oh my god. I don't know where that went, but it's my smoking gun now. Anyways, sorry. Today at the Kidz Korner show, we're going to be talking a lot about Generation X toys. Oh, it's a freaking bottle. Okay, I was like, there was a noise coming around and it freaked me out. I thought it's like sounded like creaking. Anyways, we talked a lot about Generation X toys, stuff you guys grew up with, and it's gonna be a blast. There's some bad ones, there's some good ones, and I am gonna have a lot of fun. Not really reviewing them because I don't have them in my hand, but if I could review them, I would. It's not the same though because I'm a little bit older. I feel like if I was 10 and I had these, I'd be like, oh my gosh. There's a different mindset when you're older. But let me say hey to a few people. Radio Static Productions, welcome. The Breeze, Sarah Serenity Wells, got the 3 names. Christine Dvorak, what's going on? Jason Miller, Carla. There's a lot of people going on here. And as I say this, I realize I don't have the sheets pulled up. That's not good. Let me pull them up. They can hear you, but not see you. What? You guys can't see me. Or is that from earlier? Probably from earlier. We have a birthday for Mrs. ABC Ashley Beth Crawford. Maybe not here, but happy birthday to her. So everyone, if you would see her, tell her happy birthday. Your birthday was on Monday. You missed it, man. You threw in your birthday at birthday@genxtalks.com to be said on stream, and then you didn't get it. You weren't there to receive it. Forrest Terra member for 2 months. What do you think about the... Oh, wait. This is all World Show stuff from this morning. Oh, Lord. I am not qualified to say these. It's all political stuff from the World Show this morning. That was really bad. The World Show this morning, we spent forever learning how to do a vertical stream. So you know how your phones are like this or your TV screens are like this? Imagine like that. And then so you can watch it just straight up on your phone like bam. Don't mind the marks on my phone. I need to clean it, okay? So yeah, it took us forever to figure out that because at the same time we were doing a horizontal stream on Rumble. So it was we were jumping through a lot of hoops to get it done. In the end, it didn't go well. I don't know what was going on. I think his Mac needs to be thrown away and getting a new one. We got to replace it. Things aren't made like they used to. They want you to buy as many as possible. Chosen light bulbs. Am I right? Let me get to some of the stuff I have to talk today. Because, as you guys know, the Kidz Korner show is about 30 to 45 minutes because we have a movie night at 6, and I have a very busy schedule, being a full-time college student, working a job, and doing Gen X Talks. So everything is culminating into just right there, But I will get going. Don't want to waste any more of your time here. I got to get through some housekeeping stuff, of course. Gen X Dad's really been getting on me about doing housekeeping. He's like, you make me do housekeeping. Why don't you do housekeeping? I'm like, okay, man, fine. First off, GXT Gaming. This is a little picture of Trippy and I playing some Fortnite Festival. If you want to check us out, we stream whenever. It's very inconsistent, but if you do catch us on a stream, say hey. And then, we love the support. It's usually just Trippy, Sammy, and then sometimes me. Sammy's there more than me, so, we try and hang out a little bit. We also have Patreon. For those of you who don't get a notification for the live streams, or you just want a ton of behind the back. Sorry, I'm thinking about basketball. Behind the scenes content, then you just sign up for Patreon. It's only $1. You just cash in your aluminum cans, find 4 quarters on the ground, make your kid go get 4 quarters off the ground. I'm sure he'll love it. Yeah, it's completely It's completely $1, not free. Completely one whole dollar. No, it makes it sound very enticing. 3 years behind the scenes content, notifications consistently. YouTube is a little hesitant, on giving out notifications. Yeah, and there's Trippy saying usually Wednesdays at 8 p.m. PST for his gaming streams. So now you guys know gaming streams are then. We also, I never say this, we have a cameo. As you can see, we're rated 5 stars. Heck yeah, with 13 reviews. If you want a customized video of me and my dad on any topic, you can pay for 24-hour delivery, or you can just get it and we'll get it to you in like a couple days. Or it's like for somebody's birthday, or for or just like you want to say you want my dad to just yell at your friend or yell at your son, or you need motivation or you need something uplifting. We have some examples on our Cameo. I believe it's just cameo.com/Gen X Talks. Just check it out. There you go. It's a lot. It's cool to do that, man. Podcast. My mom and dad do a podcast where my mom yells and makes fun of my dad. Or she doesn't yell. She just politely makes fun of my dad for about an hour and a half. Check that out. I listen to it. Never. Because why would you want to listen to your parents talk an extra hour more than usual? You listen to your parents talk all day. Why do you want to listen to it again? But when I do listen, I actually laugh because my dad's a pretty funny person. But you guys should check it out. I'm sending all the mods. Just Trippy's like, links if you can. If you can't do links, that's okay. Oh no, that's I did hit the wrong one. Now I'm getting into the toys. I wanted to save that one for last. Just act like you didn't see that. Sorry. All right, but first we must continue. Let me show you how I do this. Don't show your kids, so you squeeze to get some air of the bottle. You put the cap back on. So now there's some. You just twist. You just twist as much as you can. You just keep on twisting. I know a lot of you Gen Xers probably know how to do this. I'm showing your kid right now. Or tell them to not watch. It's okay. You get the bottle all powered up, right? It's all twisted. There's a lot of air pressure in here. And then you spin off the cap and yeah, it's great. I don't know where the cap went. I saw it on screen hit like above my head somewhere. Yeah, my bad. I had it there and I was like, man, I got to do that. Wants me to be responsible? I try being responsible, man. It's hard sometimes. When you're learning how to be responsible, it's hard. But I feel like I'm making a good effort at it. First up, old games, like low graphic games. I've never played this specific thing, but I love low graphic games. Because it's not the graphics that make the game good. You could have the most realistic graphics of all time and then have a stupid game like that nobody likes. It's like you can only play Connect 4 for so many days. It's a good game, it's solid, has amazing graphics, it's real life, but you're not gonna it's not enjoyable like that. Now I've played like the basketball one. That is it back here? I do. I've played this game a ton just because it's fun. It's fun. It's just red lines. It's just red lines. And I think it's one of the best games made. It's awesome. You don't need top-of-the-line graphics to make an amazing game, and I think that's one thing that Gen Z has done right in appreciating games that aren't like indie-made games. One person makes a game by themselves with weird graphics, and people eat it up and make them into an amazing franchise, because they made an enjoyable game. So, like this, I'm sure this might not have been the greatest game, but low graphic games, the website that I found this on, that was like 30 hilarious 80s things, low graphic games, and that was probably a millennial, because they don't appreciate the fact that this was probably an enjoyable game. Okay? Jesus, as long as the gameplay is fun, it's the most important part. I saw a comment here. It was Mr. Diggs. Dude, I just found your channel, binged watched today. Your dad hasn't given you a black eye yet. No, he hasn't. But dude, thank you for watching. You're binge watching the channel. It's like 400 videos. If you really binge watch the entire channel, you might, like, if you started from beginning To end, you must have seen my very young face to now. It's been a heck of a journey that you just saw in a few hours or days. I don't know how long it would take to watch 560-second videos. 3,000 or 30,000 seconds. So, which is something. I don't know. I can't do the math all in my head right now. It's a lot of seconds, which is a lot of minutes, which is a couple hours. What is your update on the car repairs, Briggs? Guess what? I ordered the bolts last Tuesday. So right after my Kidz Korner show, I came in to the Dodge dealership, ordered my bolts, and they're supposed to be here like tomorrow or Wednesday. I need to call them back. But yeah, I ordered them, and once they come in, it's just 4 brake hold down bolts. It's done. Well, obviously, I got to clean out the bed, like just check it, make sure nothing else is wrong. But I'm just going to forget about that part and just think it's done, okay? People love project cars. I'm not a big fan of project cars. I work on my cars because I like them when they're running. I don't like working on them to work on them. I like the end goal. I'm thinking to myself, okay, when I get to the end, I'll be happy. So during the process, I'm all right. I'm just getting it done. I'm not like miserable while I'm doing it. I'm not going, God damn it, I'm working on my car again. I'm more like, well, just gonna work on my car, But that's my truck. The Camry, 8-bit. He runs. He's doing his thing, but he stalls when he gets too hot. Or no, not gets too hot. Like when you warm him up and you slow down too much, like you get to that idle when it's hot, stall. But it doesn't idle. My dad, who's been a mechanic for 50 years pretty much, he's thinking it's an exhaust problem, which could be true. I don't have anything to say against that. I'm not very knowledgeable, so he's probably right. He was right about the timing. He was wrong about the distributor though. He thought it would be a fuel pump problem. That was his guess. And then we checked and it was a distributor. But he says the fuel pump's probably going to go out in like 3 months, which is so much fun. I'm going to be stuck across town at my college with no fuel pump. Luckily, my college is on top of a hill, so I'll just push it down and just glide all the way home. Oh, yeah, I have more things to say. What is this? What is this, guys? Come on. I thought Operation was a weird game. This is a weird game. This is a really weird game, man. Bed bugs. Picking bed bugs from a bed. The dude on the bed looks horrified. He looks, oh my goodness, he's probably having the worst night of his life. Oh, yeah, I also need a haircut. If you guys can't tell. This is probably some of the longest it's been in a while. My hair grows pretty fast, and I got a haircut like maybe a month ago. Oh, yeah, in the back it's flaring up too. So, yeah, I really need a haircut as well. So we will get a haircut update on Patreon and YouTube members. I'm not getting a buzz cut. I did it for $1,000 like a year ago. 2 years ago almost. It was August 2022. I did a buzz cut for $1,000. I don't know about that, guys. That it was a tough few months waiting for my hair to grow. My head got cold too because it was in the middle of the winter. But again, a bed bugs game. I'm just guessing it's who can get all their color bed bugs off the bed first. I guess I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think it was a monkey on the bed, but I can't fully remember. That's a good one. That's a good joke. New Hampshire Outdoors. That's a good joke. I think it was monkey on the bed. I'm assuming you say a monkey on the bed, but I can't fully remember. Get it? Because he bumped his head. This is an old racing game. Now, it looks pretty cool, and like I could tell it's really old. Again, like I said, gameplay. Gameplay is really important, but come on, man. That's too much on a tiny screen. You need a bigger screen for that. I know you're going for the portability, and you got the tachometer and the kilometers an hour, and you got your fuel, like everything, but you need a little bit of a bigger screen here. You need that Tesla screen on it, the big one, the little iPad in the center. That's what it looks like. You just put an iPad, boom, on the center of your Tesla. But yeah, I'm just gonna skip past that one because it's just tiny. Like if you've ever played it, I guess it'd be pretty cool. But it's just, what are you doing, man? And then I'm going to give you guys a little update on me. I know, because I love talking about me. No, because it's the Kidz Korner show. You guys don't see me a lot besides the shorts. And even in the shorts, it's not really much about my personal life unless I ask my dad a question about it. I've been working on my job for almost a month now. I'm doing great. I've already gotten 3 promotions. Yeah, because they do promotions based off of sales and work ethic. I'm up to 3. I'm a senior sales advisor, which looks amazing on a resume, which is one of the main reasons why I did this job, was that if I had to, I could leave with an amazing spot on my resume, because senior sales advisor at 18 sounds really good. And then besides that, I've been working on my truck. I've been passing my classes. I would pull up my grades, but I don't know how to pull them up on stream at the moment. I have all A's because oh my goodness, a story just popped in my head. Okay, as some of you guys know, I am an ag ambassador at Bakersfield College, okay? I'm an ag ambassador, right? I go to ag businesses on behalf of Bakersfield College, and I do events with Bakersfield College. Like, it's a huge thing. I really love it. I really enjoy it. And I was maxed out in my schedule, right? Just crazy maxed. And I was having so much trouble. Like, I was setting up my schedule, and then I missed 2 ag ambassador things, and then I got kicked off. I got a text saying, hey, if you're not going to have time to be an ag ambassador, then you can't be an ag ambassador. We would love to have you back on the team whenever you have more time in your schedule. And I sat there in my ASL class going, I was like, oh, man. I was sitting there. I was stressing. My friend Will, who recently got married, if I didn't tell you guys. Tell me if I told you that story, my friend getting married. That was also another story. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, man. Will sees there's something visibly wrong with me. Because at first, it's that instant wave of like, whoa. And I got dizzy. And I was like, calm down. I took in a breath. I was like, and then I took a huge sigh of relief, like, oh, wait a minute. He said I can be back on the team, so I can go back next semester. I'm chilling. I'm fine. I was like, that is a huge weight off my shoulders. That's one less responsibility, and I didn't get fully kicked off because I can always come back. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. I was like, that was nice. I came home. My mom was not happy that I wasn't an ag ambassador, but I was sitting there going, dude, that's huge weight off my shoulders. Am I right? So then it's that same day that I wasn't an ag ambassador, or the next day, I wasn't an ag ambassador, right? My friend Diego texts me. He goes, hey, I need you. Since you don't have we have 1-minute speeches as ambassadors, but I'm not an ambassador anymore. He's like, since you haven't practiced your 1-minute speech in front of everybody yet, instead of going to the ambassador meeting, can you go to the club ICC meeting to represent the agriculture club and try and convince them to give us a $1,000 travel grant? I said, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not doing anything tomorrow morning. Why not? What? I don't know how to do a club meeting, or I don't know how to I don't know how to say anything. I don't know how to represent the ag club. I'm not in the ag club. I'm in ag ambassadors. Ag ambassadors, ag club, different things. It's completely different things. I don't know if I want to do ag club yet. I'm on the fence. I'm in it, but I don't know if I want to be like a part of the leadership portion of it. I think I'll just stick to ag ambassadors. So I show up, and the professor that runs ag ambassadors is looking at me like, didn't I just kick you off of ag? Didn't I just kick you off of this? And I didn't say anything to him because I just sat there. I waited. I went into the meeting, I say, hey, I'm representing the ag club here. Um, like what am I supposed to do? They're like, oh yeah, didn't you guys have a grant you were gonna try and get? Because there's like the board and then all the other representatives of the clubs who vote on if I should get it or not. He says like 75% of the time, all the clubs say yes. You just gotta worry about the board. I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, yeah, we need this like today because our field trip is in like a week. I'm like, dude, you can't do this to me. You're waiting too long to tell me this. So I go to the meeting. I sit down. Four other people sat down next to me representing their clubs, or five. And I was like, there's like 30 other chairs open. And I was like, dude, what the hell is going on? Excuse my language. Sorry, Mrs. Four. They pull up a Zoom call. 40 people on the Zoom call, or like 30 people filling out the rest. I'm like, dude, if you're going to represent your club, you got to be here, man. Like, don't just go on Zoom. What are you doing? That's lame. I was like, you got to be here. I was like, you should have also, Diego should have told me that I could have been on Zoom. I had the option, way to help me out there, man. So anyway, the time comes, meeting starts, and they go, this is an unofficial meeting because one of our faculty could not be here, therefore we don't have quorum, which in layman's terms means one of the staff members of like BC didn't show up, which means that nothing really matters in this meeting. I'm sitting here for nothing. So now I sit through this entire meeting where all the woke clubs showed up, surprisingly. I have nothing against them. They seemed really nice, but I was like, really? They're like asking for like, we need $5,000 for what? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, dude, what? You can't just ask for that. Anyways, later on, they were like, ag club? I'm like, well, I'm not going to ask for we're petitioning for a $1,000 travel grant to Fresno State. But since it's an unofficial meeting, I don't see any reason to discussing it. We can talk about it at the next meeting on Friday. And they're like, okay, cool. So, like, what do you need the grant for? I'm like, why do you want me to explain it to you if you can't do anything about it right now? Like, you're just going to have me explain it at the next meeting. Or not me, but next one. So I just went through my whole spiel. I was like, oh, we need to go to Fresno State. By the way, unscripted, off the cuff. We need to go to Fresno State because sorry, we need to go to Fresno State because we have a lot of students that are currently transferring out after graduating to BC, and a lot of students that are that are planning on going eventually, like me. I'm considering Fresno State, and it's a great thing for our students to tour the facility, especially their ag department. It's a huge ag school, and our agriculture club has been growing and growing full of Fresno State students. Something like that. Like I just word vomited it out. Because I didn't think of anything. I was like, whatever, $1,000, please, thank you. It's a college. They just throw cash everywhere. So then, sorry, I just paused for a second. So then it didn't matter because, like, the meeting didn't matter. They're like, oh, okay, cool. So the photo club, how's things going? Like, dude, why did you ask me to say that? Meeting ends. I walk back over. Later that day, we're going to, this is all Saturday, by the way, so a few days ago, or Friday, so a few days ago, like 4 days ago, later that day, we go to this diner. It's all the ag ambassadors and the professor and me. I'm in ag ambassador limbo right now. I don't know if I'm on the team. I don't know what's going on. I'm not talking to him. He's not talking to me. I'm not trying to make a big deal in front of everybody. Apparently, I didn't know this at the time, everybody thought that I was taking a break from ag ambassadors. I thought I was off the team. Where's the communication, man? Like, come on. So after we leave the diner, I asked if I can have a word aside. I can't say I pulled him aside. He kind of pulled me aside. I asked if I could have a word, and he was like, yeah, over here. I was like, look, I really want to be an ag ambassador. We had this big old conversation, and then he goes, yeah, so like you want to be on the team? After saying, I apologize, like, hey man, I'm sorry, you caught me at a really bad week. I'm trying to figure out my schedule, and I'm not the greatest at communicating, but I'm working on it. And he's like, yeah, communication's really key, and we need to be your number one priority. And I was like, okay, dude. Okay, You got it. And then I was back on the team like that. It was not even 24 hours of being kicked off. I was put back on the team. I was very confused. And everybody else on the team is confused because because we had an event the next day, Saturday, where we went to a high school's like fundraiser banquet and like to help out and stuff. And they were like, "Wait, why are you here?" I'm like, "I'm here. I'm back on the team." And they're like, "Wait, I thought you were taking a break." I'm like, "I'm back on the team, guys. I'm on the team." It's a big, convoluted mess. Ugh. I got to get through some sheets. Ditch Briggs for president. Whoa. I don't know if I should be president. One, it would be really cool. Two, I don't think I have enough knowledge to even like run a country like that. And even in the time that it takes me to get to 35 years old, I don't think I can learn enough to run a country like this. So I'd be like an advisor of something, be in the cabinet. I wouldn't mind being a politician. I feel like it'd be really hard, and I would not be like a normal politician, which some people would like, some people would hate. But I feel like I'd have a good time. Chris Yerger, hey Briggs, you rock just like the general. I don't rock like the general. When he rocks, it's boom, boom, boom. When I rock, it's more like dee, 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 dee. But, thank you. Thank you, Chris. I get what you're saying. Michael Callahan, Facebook. One thing I can tell you 100%, the general and queen will agree. You do your best. We all make mistakes. It's what you do with your mistakes that defines you. Yeah. You really, you never want to make the same mistake twice, and I know that's a basic thing to say, but you really don't. And a lot of people do make the same mistake over and over and over. Just ask my sister with her boyfriends. Ooh, burn. Oh my God. I'm so glad she doesn't watch this show. She'd beat me up. But only you know if you tried or gave a half-ass attempt to accomplish your goal. I really do try, and a lot of things like 90% of the things I do, I try. There's some things where I don't put in 100% effort, and I wish I did, because if you want to see if you truly couldn't do something, then you give 100%. Chris Yerger, again, you have really become such an awesome young man. I know your parents are so proud of how you have grown these past 3 years. 20-month subscriber. Jesus Christ, Christ. No, Christ and Chris are different people. Don't say Chris with a T, because that's just a weird way of saying Christ. But yeah, welcome everybody. I see a lot of new people coming in. And Two Bear. Hi, Two Bear. But yeah, I think I have grown a lot in the few years that I've been doing Gen X Talks. You've been just getting little glimpses at me while I'm doing my own thing. I'm sorry, I'm getting a. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I was getting a text from the Ag Ambassadors, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to miss something here. I had more to say. Wait, I have another story. Oh my goodness. Okay, my life has been weird last week. So, for the context of the story, I'm just going to say, there was this girl in my English class. We have like a little study group that after class we stay for an hour and just like study and do our own thing, right? And there's a girl, her name's Pan. That's how I learned her name, Pan, like bread in Spanish, Pan, P-A-N. And I was like, okay, this is a weird name, whatever. She was kind of cool. She was a little weird, but she hung out with Lorenzo, and Lorenzo was my homie, so I hung out, and I was like, okay, whatever. And one day, when they were doing like handing out papers, my teacher said, or my professor said, Monica, and she walked up, and I was like, why is her name Monica? I was like, wait, didn't you say your name was Pan? So I asked her afterward, I was like, wait, your name's Monica or Pan? I was like, is it your middle name or something? She's like, no, it's Elio. I'm like, are you messing with me? Like, wait, you just said your name was Pan. I've known you as Pan for like 5 weeks now, for like the 10 times we've met. What do you mean? She's like, no. I changed it last night. It's Elio now. I'm like, what? And she's like, no. Being Pan didn't really fit me anymore. It didn't feel right. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what do you, like, being Pan? Like, is it alter ego kind of thing? What's going on here? And she goes, no. I was Pan, like pansexual. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I was like, my bad. And she goes, and now I'm Elio. And I was like, wait, okay, I know this may seem a little rude, but what are your pronouns? And she's like, oh, it's he, him. It's always been he, him. I was like, I was like, oh my God, I've been calling you like she and her. Oh no, I'm like, oh my God, I've been saying she and her like right in front of him for like for so long. And now she's not pansexual anymore. Actually, I don't know if she's pansexual anymore, Mrs. Four, but I don't, or he's, fuck. I don't, either way, I don't care what I call her, him, fuck. Sorry. I'm sorry for cursing. I apologize, but this is crazy right now. Um, the thing is, it's, it's like, I'm just glad she isn't forcing it upon me. You know, she's being very chill about it. Like, where if I mess it up, she's like, it's okay. I don't care that much. I'm like, okay, if you're being chill about it, you fine. Like, you're cool, you know? But if you're gonna force it upon me to, like, learn and you're gonna get mad at me, like, come on, dude. Like, really? Dude, why are you getting mad at me? You're making it difficult for me. Let me try and change a little bit here. I'm trying. You know, I'm not putting in zero effort. But then she said she's trans. That's why she made Elio, and then she hasn't committed to like the surgery or like the pills or the hormones because um because like she's not sure if that's what she wants yet. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, you're being really chill about this, you know. It's whatever." Like either way, I'm rocking with Elio. He's chill, whatever. Also helps me pass the class. Um Jason Bertrand, I'm talking about pronouns and this girl at my college who is going to become a guy who was pansexual. It's like I didn't know anything about them. Lore drop on one day. Got comfortable enough. Lore drop. Crazy, weird story. Sorry, I got off on a little bit of tangent. Joseph Laliberte. This is America, where we do things wrong until we're right. If that's not the most patriotic saying I've ever heard in my entire life, it sounds like you work 89 hours a week. And if you don't work 89 hours a week, you got soft hands, boy. So thank you, Joseph, for the $5. I really appreciate it. It's really cool. I know Chris Yerger is the Disney kid. If he wants me to call him Disney Kid, change his name, man. Change it. I'm just joking with you, Sammy. Christina Dvorak gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships. Thank you, Christina. You're my dad's favorite, allegedly. Mr. Blackstar, Grandma Shell, Ashley Beth Crawford, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Ashley Beth Crawford. Fiona Beaverstock and Steffi Nurse were all gifted Gen X Talks membership. Woo! So it's mentally ill. Well, yeah. No, I don't really know. They seem sound to mind. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm not one to judge. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what's going on. As long as they're not being mean or forcing it upon me, like you do you, man. I'm not gonna budge. I'm not gonna touch that. You know, it's like when you talk to some random stranger about Israel and Palestine. Sometimes it's like, whoa, dude, that's a little personal. I don't want to talk about that. Oh gosh, I got more stuff to do. But I gotta, I gotta end the show. So we've been on here for about 40 minutes. I'd like to say that, that Trippy is going to be doing the movie tonight. It's going to be about on 6:05, like 6:15, something like that. He's coming home a little late. I can't do the movie tonight. I'm sorry. I wish I could. But I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Everyone say happy birthday to ABC. You know, she's pretty cool. But everybody here from Gen X Talks, we will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Where's the ending button? I can never find the ending button. It's like a thing now.